I got the bug, you know? I got the bug for business.
On the docuseries Wall Street, Mark Wahlberg revealed just how much that bug has infiltrated his life, to the tune of like 8 to 10 businesses he has going.
I think it's important to really have a career where you can do different things and not be put into a box.
Well, now Mark is telling the magazine Cigar Aficionado that the box is getting a little overstuffed and something's got to get tossed out of there. I don't think that I'll be acting that much longer at the pace I am now, that's for sure, because that's the most difficult thing. Mark doesn't necessarily mean the level of difficulty. It's the most difficult thing to maintain with so much else going on. Now, obviously right now he's not shooting any movies because of the strike, but I mean, if you need to free up some time, Mark, it might be having interviews with publications like Cigar Aficionado. It's pretty obvious they are no movie aficionado.
Tell me the difference between being an actor and being a producer.
So I wasn't the...
What is a producer?
Well,
Mark, you can add something else to your resume. You're apparently the professor of movie making 101. But yeah, when he is actually movie making, it's very time consuming. A typical movie shoot is going to take like 2 to 3 months, often in a foreign location.
being separated from my family, it's the biggest sacrifice always for me.
And the fact that Mark often serves as a producer as well on his movies means even more time is consumed.
But the reason why I started producing was because I didn't want to sit around waiting for Brad Pitt or Tom Cruise or whoever was already, established before me and were the guys at the time, and Leo, right, to go and pass on a movie until I could get my hands on it.
Mark ended up producing some of his biggest hits, like The Fighter, Lone Survivor, and Instant Family.
So I was always proactive in trying to find material, right, and things that I could produce that I knew were right for me and create my own destiny.
And that destiny has been very successful, but there have been failures along the way, like Patriots Day, Deepwater Horizon, and Mile 22.
The second your name is above the title, you reap the rewards of the success, but you also bear the brunt of the failure.
Now, I just listed a lot of movie titles. There is no way this guy, Marvin R. Shankin, knows any of them. He doesn't even know much about Boogie Nights.
So you did the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have any regrets afterwards?
No, not at all. I mean...
Regrets about my breakthrough movie that made the industry take me seriously?
And isn't that a movie that you got critical acclaim for?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could say that. Oh man, that made me howl. But yeah, critical acclaim isn't gonna do anything for his kids and his will.
But I want to grow and build a business that I can pass on to future generations.
I mean, yeah, beyond even just the fact that it's time consuming and that it doesn't really leave anything for their kids to build on, Mark's been acting for, give or take 30 years. And it's incredible what he's accomplished in that time. Like to go from, underwear model Marky Mark to being taken seriously as an actor, like not just making it in movies, but I mean, being taken seriously as an actor with some great performances, like Boogie Nights, Three Kings, The Perfect Storm, The Fighter, an Oscar nomination for The Departed. And now his career isn't faltering in any way, and he has 5 upcoming projects on IMDb. With his last few movies, I can see why he's not feeling, creatively challenged as much anymore, because they're kind of more of the same. And, he's still having success, but he's certainly not seeing the returns that he was seeing 10 years ago. So, yeah, it's still a high-risk industry, and he's not seeing as much reward, and he's not being as creatively fulfilled. So, yeah, it makes sense he would move away from it. I don't think Marky Mark's going to... I just said Marky Mark. I don't think Mark Wahlberg's going to quit acting altogether. But, yeah, I can see him reducing his time to, make sure he builds up these businesses more. But, yeah, will you miss Marky Mark or Mark Wahlberg in movies if he does quit?
I'm doing things that I'm passionate about and that I believe in, and that are really kind of a direct extension of who I am.